Well, the music kind of stopped, so couldn't continue with what was happening. So let's try this. Let's try this again. Welcome to the Speedway, the first race of the WPRL Truck Series playoffs. Playoff drivers are in blue on the slowly ticker on the top, and your regular race drivers are in black. This is the first race, first round of the playoffs, so this is going to be a heck of a battle. See who's going to get that first win to kick off the playoffs. We saw a lot of good racing these past few days with the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series starting out their first shot in the playoffs here, the first race, guess you could say. We got 17 drivers currently have set a lap. Here's Jordan McGraw, fourth on the grid right now. 18 drivers totally registered. Let's go ahead, get an onboard lap of Hot Atlanta. Let's go on board with no one else than Justin Stevies here. Justin Stevies will have one of the two VRN onboard cameras. Actually, one of the three, sorry. Stevies with one of them. And then you got Bob Berry with another. He's right with Jordan McGraw. And then Matthew Hunsaker has the third and final one. So it'll be exciting to see who has greater car here. Actually, I forgot to switch them. So this is Hunsaker's view. Then we got... Oh, come on. Honeycutt's got the nose cam on tonight. He's running that top line. Currently second fastest. He is looking to get another win here tonight. Got the win last week at Knoxville. So it's going to be an exciting race. He probably learned a few things from that dirt race. So I'm actually kind of interested to see if he did run any more dirt races after that. So let's see. Oh man, he didn't. That's okay. He has speed here. Only 3/10 off of Matthew Hunsaker's time. 300ths, sorry. Cody Sturgill just inside of the top 10 right now in practice. Let's go ahead and see if we can drag him up in the booth here. Looking for him, there he is. Hey Cody, this is Sean up... Oh, crap. Hey Cody, this is Sean up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Alright, currently 7th on the board right now for practice, so what should we expect from this race here tonight?
Oh man, it's definitely slick out there. I haven't checked the or the temperatures, but it's got to be cold or something because we are all over the place.
Well, that track temp is not going to be your best friend tonight, but you got 3 sets of tires for the race here, so when do you think we'll see some pit stops? It's only an 80 lap race, so do you think we'll see some about halfway or a third of the way through?
I was kind of thinking maybe playing the old strategy like we did at Wilkesboro and hitting one time, if ever. I haven't had a whole lot of track time out here. It was a little late getting on the sim today, but hopefully we'll just keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best here. Get a top 5, top 10 would be ideal, but always going for that win, you know.
I mean, you've had that hot streak of good consecutive races. I mean, just a few weeks ago, you set the world on fire in the ARCA series and the North Wilkesboro race. 2 wins, pretty much back to back almost. So, I mean, with that momentum, how's it going to help you through the playoffs here?
It's definitely a big confidence boost. It's always fun to get out here and race with these guys, and you know, you grow to be friends with some of them, and you know, others you can get a little heated around, and that's what it's all about. You know, it's all about having fun, and I'm just glad we're out here, able to come out here and do this, and you know, have a passion that we all can share.
Well, we're doing some short track racing next week, and you seem to be the short track arena right now. So, you gonna try to get that win at Richmond?
That's always the goal. Richmond's tough, man. A lot of beating and banging, some trading some paint. So we'll just have to see when we get there.
All right, man. Well, good luck here in qualifying, and hopefully you have a good race.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one.
You too. All right, so here are your 2021 Truck Series playoff contenders. Just gotta pull it up again here. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Matthew Hunsaker took the regular season championship, followed by Jeffrey Ramsdell, John Honeycutt, Bob Berry, Eliza Bethall, Jacob Carter, Robert Reynolds, Jordan McRaw, Brian Hunt, Cody Sturgill, Christoph Hall, Sammy Harrell, Philip Bridgman, Richard Crane, Marcus Huertas, and Eric Schaefer are your top 16. Those 16 trucks are your playoff drivers. So, let's go ahead and talk with another one here. Is he in the chat, though? I do not see him. So, no Matthew Hunsaker. We got Bob Berry here as well. He's inside the top 10. Only needs a few good finishes here. He can lock himself into the round of 12. Eliza Bethall, winner at Talladega just a few weeks ago. Got her first career league win and her first WPRL win. And we had a few other first-time winners. Matt got a win at Martinsville when we were unable to be here. So I'll have to check the results again to get his actual, like his full name, because it just says Matt H in the results tab here. So let's see if he's here racing tonight. Don't think he is, because I don't see any Matts. Oh, Matthew Hunsaker. Okay. Okay. How many wins? He has a few wins this season. Yeah, he has 3. That was his 3rd win at Martinsville, so he has a lot of wins under his belt. That definitely helped him get the regular season cup. And 20 playoff points, so he already has that 10-point lead over Jeffrey Ramsdell, who I am not seeing. There he is. Okay. He is currently 6th in practice. And practice has came to an end here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It is time for qualifying. Who's going to get the pole? Put your votes in the live feed now. And I will personally give you a high five in the chat if you guess correctly. I'm going to go with John Honeycutt. He's had some great qualifying runs week in, week out, so let's see what he can do. He has one win this season at Bristol Motor Speedway. He's looking to get win number 2. Who's going to come home a winner here in the WPRL Truck Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway? We got 80 laps, 3 sets of tires. Should be a fun race to watch. It's going to be loose. It's going to be action-packed excitement all night long. Philip Bridgman right now, the 48 car, he is out and qualifying in his AC Delco Chevrolet Silverado. Marcus Huertas in the 25 red, white, and blue. I still can't read the top of things. It says Made in America Chevrolet. All the cars that are out there is Cody Sturgill in the number 42 black and white Chevy. There's a lot of Chevys in the field. There's only 3 Toyotas and 1 Ford. Eliza Bethel out on track in her number 74 71 Frozen Toes Chevy. Matthew Hunsaker, your current points leader in the iRacing.com Ford F-150. Christoph Hall was in his Toyota Tundra before it went kaboom. Bob Berry in his number 2. Oh, I can't read the front, but it's a Chevy. These are some nice rims. Currently, Philip Bridgman on the pole. He's only the first car out on track. Marcus Huertas goes 600 faster with a 32.13. Let's see what Hunsaker has for him as he comes out of turn 2. He's looking to get good start to tonight's race. Sturgill across the line. And he gets the pole with a 32.1. And Hunsaker out of turn 4. His first lap is going to be a solid 31.91. Bridgman had the pole again there for a second with a 32 flat, but just wasn't quite enough. Robert Reynolds crossed the line for his first lap, and it is going to be a nothing. Did not count. Bob Berry, first lap down the hall, and he goes to 5th. Christoph Hall taking another whack at it here. Cross the line for lap 1. 32.34. Eliza Bethel across the line. Her first lap is going to be a no count. What about Jordan McGraw? He's out there as well. Try to get to him. 32.51 for lap 1. Hunsaker still is on the pole. John Honeycutt coming out on track now. Let's see if he can do it. Ramsdale across the line for his first lap. And he gets a 32.31 lap 1. So let's see what he can do on his second. And Eliza Bethel goes to 2nd with a 31.81. Currently outside pole sitter Jordan McGraw's 3rd. John Honeycutt on his first lap in that number 70 car. There's Patrick Anderson in the 99 on his first lap as well out of turn 4. And Anderson's going to hit 32.12. Good enough for 9th right now. Anderson is not one of your playoff drivers. And Honeycutt, his first lap, 32.13. Hopefully he can get another good time there. I'm pretty sure he was running the top on his first lap. So let's see what the second one will be. And out of 4 through the quad oval. Honeycutt to the pole. 31.75. 100th faster than Matthew Hunsaker. Like I said, he would get it done. And I was pretty much right. Qualifying has ended. So here we go. John Honeycutt gets the pole. All of Team Frozen all Team Frozen drivers are inside the top 5 right now. The drivers who did not qualify: Robert Reynolds, Sammy Harrell, Brian Huntley Jr., Justin Stevens, David Scott, Richard Crane, and Eric Schaefer will line up by iRating, I do believe. So that's what it's looking like. So let's go ahead and take a look at your Atlanta starting grid. Let's see. John Honeycutt, Matthew Hunsaker on the front row for tonight's race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Eliza Bethel, Jordan McGraw, row 2. Teammates starting beside each other. Jeffrey Ramsdell in the 97. Beside him is Patrick Anderson in the 99. The highest non-playoff driver in the field right now. Philip Bridgman, Marcus Huertas, your 4th row. And rounding out the top 10, got Cody Sturgill in the 42 and Christoph Hall in the 98. Row 6, Bob Berry in the 2 car and Robert Reynolds in the 39. Brian Huntley Jr., Sammy Harrell, row 7, with Justin Stevie as David Scott, row 8. Rounding out the field, Richard Crane in that number 36 car, and Eric Schaefer in the number 8 truck. Pace car is leading them around the field now. So we head into a 3-wide salute for Brian's Ants. Huntley will move to the front of the field for the time being. On lap 19, we will have our own personal moment of silence here on the broadcast. All audio will be muted for both desktop and chat. So prayers to Brian's family and friends who are all grieving at this time, and hopefully they can get back on their feet here. We're about to go green flag here. Pace car will pull off next time by John Honeycutt and Matthew Hunsaker, your front row. Let's see who can get it done in the WPRL Truck Series at Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, it is almost time to go green. Atlanta Speedway Honeycutt. Punching in the front row right now. Let's see how much that changes throughout the night. 4 playoff drivers inside of the top 4. Top 12 advance into the next round. With the rest of the playoff, I think there's only 2, 3. I think there's only 3 non-playoff drivers in this field right now. But very quickly that'll be whittled down. So, Anderson trying to be one of those drivers who gets a win, non-playoff driver. If he can win, he has speed. I know he can do it, but we're getting ready for the green flag to drop here at Atlanta. Honeycutt takes it to tri-oval, and green flag is a-waving. We are racing in Atlanta. 80 laps of green flag racing here tonight, perhaps. Let's see how it goes. Hunsaker immediately down to the bottom of the track. These trucks are sounding beautiful. Liza Bethel going to slide in behind the 6 of Matthew Hunsaker. Jordan McGraw going to go behind her. And Patrick Anderson up to 5th. He's around Jeffrey Ramsdell already. McGraw to the inside of the 71. And Liza clears him. First lap down. No one's around. So that's good. Christoph Hall, who had a slight issue in qualifying, is up almost inside the top 10. If he can get around Bob Berry, as they are side by side out of 2. Christoph is back inside the top 10 for now. Got a lot of action going on back here. The 48, Philip Bridgman on the bottom. There's Marcus Huertes and Cody Sturgill on his outside. It looks like they're just going to fly by him. Jordan McGraw, fastest lap so far of the session, 32.04 here on lap 2. This is going to be fun here. Let's see. Bob Berry looks like he may have hit the wall or something. He just lost a few spots in a lot of time here. There's David Scott in the 31 trying to get inside the top 10. You have to do a little bit of work to get there, though. It looks like Sammy Harrell isn't having a good race right now. Back with Brian Huntley, loose out of the corner. He saves it, keeps it out of that inside wall, though, which is very good. He's running 18th right now. Ramsdell, fastest truck in the field, 31.95. On lap 4 there. Lap 3, sorry. As he holds off the 6th spot from Cody Sturgill. Honeycutt, your race leader throughout these first 5 laps. Let's see how many he can lead here. McGraw to 3rd. Trying to get around Eliza. Can he clear her? Yes, he will. Through 1 and 2. He's still giving her room, though. He'll be able to use the run on the outside. Get to his door. Side by side into 3, sorry. Sturgill beside Jeffrey Ramsdell back here. Battling for 6th. Oh, Sturgill had to check up a bit there, it looks like. You can just see how much speed he lost, and around he went. Christoph Hall's going to get around him, and actually Hall is on the move right now. Up 3 spots already. David Scott is actually up 5. Currently running 11th, trying to reel in Bob Berry for 10th. Marcus Huertes tried to catch up to the 8 of Eric Schaefer, lost a ton of time there. They were almost side by side. Speaking of side by side, there's Robert Reynolds on the bottom. And Cody Sturgill up top. Sturgill with the run out of 2. What's he going to do with it? Not able to clear him. There he goes. Tried to use a little bit more of the backstretch. Reynolds trying to get inside that top 8. Oh, trouble for David Scott, maybe losing 2 spots. Schaefer up 6 now as he enters that 12th position. Matthew Hunsaker, half a second back right now from your race leader. Trying to get 4th win, or win number 4. We got a 3-way battle for 6th there. Soon to be a 5-way battle as Patrick Anderson loses multiple positions. He falls behind the 42. Anderson down to 8th. Robert Reynolds may be able to get around him as well. Not quite able to get to his panel. There he is. He has his nose there. They're going to be a side-by-side into 1. Anderson still on the bottom, trying to make it work. Loose everywhere. And Reynolds is going to be able to clear him down the back. Christoph Hall on the move. Started 10th, trying to get inside the top 5 now. Just about a quarter of a second behind Jeffrey Ramsdell in the 97. On lap 10. Like we mentioned before, we have 80 laps here tonight before the end of the race. We could possibly have more depending on the cautions. Cody Sturgill, Cody Sturgill and Christoph Hall are pretty much bumper to bumper there down the back. Let's see what happens here down the front. Sturgill's got it going good for him. He looks to the outside. He should be able to get a solid run through the backstretch here. Let's see what happens. Christoph is going to kind of cut him off there. Look at the run. He's able to get right to the rear bumper. Hall's going to keep it. Oh, McGraw got up into the outside wall. That's going to hurt for the 30 car. He's going to lose it pretty much 5 spots. He is down to 8th, and he may lose another here as they're 3 wide ahead. Robert backed out of that one. Where's Robert going to go here? He's going to try to split him 3 wide yet again. Whoa, Christoph was loose and all over the place there out of 2. You saw that back end wiggle like 500 times before he finally got that car back under control. As Jordan McGraw trying to make his way back up through these cars. They're already 2 wide, so where is he going to go? McGraw started 4th in tonight's race. He's still trying to gain some ground. Oh, right in front of Patrick Anderson. Not a lot of room between those 2. He made it work though. Sturgill into the wall. Can't get it off of it. Still green. No one really crashed. But that's going to really hurt Cody Sturgill's race right now. Jordan McGraw up to 7th right now. The gap is still just about half a second for your race lead. Oh, Eliza drifting out of 2. We'll probably see that a lot tonight. Not just from her, but every other trucker in the field. Your race leader, John Honeycutt, out of 4 to bring us to lap 15. Current fastest lap is 31.95, still from Jeffrey Ramsdell. 2.5 back from John Honeycutt. Looks like pretty much every trucker has migrated to the top as Philip Bridgman. Oh, we got some action going on back here. Cody Sturgill loose 3 wide. Bridgman in front of Anderson. Where is Schaefer going to go? He goes to the bottom of the track. He's going to keep his nose planted to the bottom. Oh, 3 wide contact. Huge gain for Eric Schaefer. Inside the top 10 now. As the 99 got loose on the top and the 42 just tried to avoid it and toward the 8 car. But it looks like Schaefer's okay, and ultimately it looked like it helped him. The gap between Honeycutt and Hunsaker is now 3/10. And he was just a 10th faster that last lap, Hunsaker. Oh boy, less than 2/10 between those two now. What is he gonna do to pass him? I mean, there's not really a whole lot of room on the top here as Honeycutt goes to the bottom to try to get away from him. Lead goes back up to 3/10 and immediately loses everything out of 4. Honeycutt back to the very top of the track. Hunsaker to the middle. Didn't make it work this time. 1/4 of a second in between each other. Bethel blinking in the background. Hunsaker kind of putting that right side on that top seam compared to Honeycutt, who was riding that that far right seam, the top seam. He's putting his left sides on it. And now Hunsaker's putting his left sides on that first seam. Here they go out of 2. Hunsaker with a huge run all over the rear bumper. Honeycutt now blinking. Hunsaker's all over the rear bumper of John here. Just over a 10th between the two. Hunsaker trying to get career win number 4. The WPRL Truck Series. Trying to reel him in here. Second and a half back, 3rd place, Eliza Bethel. And 2.5 back is Jeffrey Ramsdell. With Robert Reynolds 4.5 seconds back, rounding out your top 5. And the first caution of the night has come out. Marcus Huertas was involved. Let's take a look at the instant replay. Oh, Richard Crane just got up into the outside wall there. May have gotten loose and Marcus had nowhere to go. Marcus already looked like he had a quite beat up car. So hopefully he can use one of his faster pairs. Get back out on track here pretty quickly. And Honeycutt, Hunsaker, Bethel, Ramsdell, Reynolds, Hall, Barry, McGraw, Bridgman, Schaefer, Anderson, Sturgill, Stevie, Scott, Crane, Huntley, and Harrell all coming down pit road. Sammy has had quite the not great race compared to what we usually see from him. I wonder if something's up with him. And hopefully he can turn this race around. Same with his teammate in the 42. Not the best race for him. That's Cody Sturgill. Bob Berry in and out there. I wonder if he took tires. He gained about... Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't realize he was in the top 10. Honeycutt wins the race out of pit road. Christoph Hall gained some spots. Robert Reynolds lost a few. No, he didn't. Oh, man. Marcus Huertas is going to be 1 lap down. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, but don't leave yet, folks. We still got another 60 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, so we'll stay alive. We'll just take a short break here. back to the WPRL Truck Series here at Atlanta Maneuver Speedway. The 19th race of the season, first round of the playoffs, starting now. So let's see how our playoff drivers are doing. Our current worst placed playoff driver is Sammy Harrell Marcus Huertas, currently down in 18th, involved in the first caution. One lap down. Let's see if he can make his way back up into the top 10 like he was running. Meanwhile, John Honeycutt, Matthew Hunsaker, your front row. Hunsaker was challenging for the race lead. Towards the end of that stint there, we completed 22 laps before the caution came out, and now getting ready to go back. GreenYourEyeRacing.com. Pace car pulls off the speedway. Green flag is back out. And what a jump for Honeycutt. He is able to clear Hunsaker right away, and Eliza Bethel may be able to clear him down the back. Hunsaker's been running second all night long. Let's see what he can do. Nothing for him. There's Jeffrey Ramsel in the 97. Robert Reynolds in the 39. Jordan McGraw in the 30. To the inside goes Reynolds. Can he clear him? He has help from the 30 of Jordan McGraw. Nowhere to go. McGraw trying to get back inside of the top 3. He was running there, but he made a mistake early in the race, around lap 10, I believe. That pushed him back to outside of the top 10. As John Honeycutt and Matthew Hunsaker race it out. I think Hunsaker has figured something out for this track. He is sticking with him this time around. Meanwhile, Eliza Bethel half a second back from her teammate. And here comes Robert Reynolds in the 39. All over her back bumper. Where is he going to go? Gonna stay in line there, checking up a little bit for the cars behind him. Jeffrey Ramsdell trying to defend the 5th spot from Jordan McGraw. And then there's Bob Berry, Christoph Hall, Cody Sturgill, Philip Bridgman, your top 10 as they run. And these two still going to be in a dead heat for this lead here. And Hunsaker runs the fastest lap of the session, 31.9. And now going for the race lead on the bottom. Slide job, maybe no. Let's see if we see a crossover move for Honeycutt. Not able to get a good enough run. Hunsaker takes the lead out of turn 2. Hunsaker trying to be the first different leader of the race. Sorry, not the season. And there he goes. Finally had a lead change. It goes faster. 31.87 that time. We got some side-by-side action. Robert Reynolds on the top. He swoops down to the bottom to the inside of Eliza Bethel. Trying to clear her. Not able to get there. Reynolds going to push to the inside. He is clear of her now. Up to 3rd. Reynolds is on the move. He got the ARCA win just a few days ago, last Sunday night. Won at Texas, and now he's in the spot to win the Atlanta race here. And he's just set the fastest lap, 31.87. Just slightly faster than Matthew Hunsaker's 31.87. Oh, Jordan McGraw to 4th. But Eliza with a run. Not able to go anywhere with it. Honeycutt receiving pressure from Reynolds, and here comes McGraw on the bottom. Oh, Honeycutt's loose. They're 4 wide. Can they survive? They're good. Jordan McGraw up to 3rd, with Reynolds running the top line. Honeycutt fell to P6, the end of the line there, as they're still side by side for the race lead. Or well, for 2nd, sorry. That's good for Hunsaker. That's what he wants to see. Oh, I think McGraw may be able to get second here shortly. He's going to run exactly with Hunsaker. Let's see what happens. Surprisingly enough, Hunsaker not able to pull away yet. No clean air for Robert Reynolds. He's going to stick with Hunsaker. Reynolds trying to take the race lead, applying a ton of pressure to the back of that 6 Ford. Down out of 2. Where's Marcus Huertas right now? On his own, not good for him. Justin Stevies and David Scott fighting. Sammy Harrell just inside the top 15 right now. And meanwhile, Jordan McGraw takes second away. And here comes Honeycutt back on the bottom. Hunsaker and Reynolds both know that they are both wearing their tires out by running that bottom line. Now it's a switcheroo. Where does Reynolds go here? Reynolds is trying not to lose third. Is he going to make it 3 wide? No, he sticks with the 6. Hunsaker, McGraw, Reynolds, Honeycutt, Bethel, your top 5 right now. Oh man, no one's able to clear anyone. They're still 2 by 2. And as I say that, McGraw clears the 6. Reynolds still in the mix of this. He's down to 4th though. We're closing in on halfway, which would be lap 40. Reynolds is still running 4th. All the way up next to the wall. Did it work for him though? Was it worth it? Don't quite think so. Although he was able to get ahead of the 70 there for a quick second. Honeycutt trying to get into second. Can he do it? Don't think he'll be able to. Jordan McGraw up to a 4/10 of a second lead right now. We got just under 40 or just over 40 laps to go. Bethel now trying to get around the 39. That's Richard Crane on the bottom of the track. Problems for Richard here. Huge damage on that 36 car. Oh man. Eliza Bethel still holding off Jeffrey Ramsdell. Your top 6 are all in it right now. 3/10 of a second lead. Down to 2/10. Right now it's McGraw, Honeycutt, Hunsaker, Reynolds, and then Eliza Bethel. Your top 5 right now as they run. With Bob Berry down in 9th right now. Oop, went a little too far. Having a good run right now. Started 11th, up 2 spots so far. Honeycutt battling with McGraw up front. And Schaefer battling with Bridgman down here towards the back a bit. Bridgman running the top, Schaefer on the bottom. Halfway home. 40 to go now here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. McGraw Honeycutt now even closer. Oh, Ramsdell looks like he may have licked the fence a bit there. coming out of turn 2. Didn't look like it hurt him too bad if he did. He should be okay. Maybe lost a little bit of time. He's still in that sixth spot. Harrell down pit road, not having a good night at all. Outside of the top 15. He may be calling it a night here. Nope, he's getting tires. Honeycutt McGraw still dueling it out for the lead. Well, looks like issues for Jeffrey Ramsdell. He just lost 3 spots. Brian Huntley Jr. in that number 19 Toyota Tundra. Inside of the top 10, having a good first round of the playoff run, up to 9th now. All these drivers' needs are top 12s to really advance into the top, or into the next round of the playoffs. Harrell goes a lap down. Gotta see how many playoff drivers are here. So the top 10 are all playoffs, so that's 12. So we have at least 12 cars right now here tonight. $15 drivers. 15 playoff drivers. Oh, I just realized I'm dumb. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Eric Schaefer on the inside of his teammate. I don't know if they're actually teammates or not, but good friends. Schaefer trying to get around Brian Hunt in number 19 Toyota. So I gotta figure out who isn't here. Whoops. Jacob Carter is the one playoff driver who is not here right now. Honeycutt had a huge lead. Jordan McGraw, I think he's having problems. We missed the pass here. Let's go back in the replay here. Let's take a look at what happened. So here's the pass for the race lead. So he's still good. Still good. Now let's take a look at this. Got by him. Was there a mistake? Because he just lost a ton of spots there. Or wait, no. Was there a mistake by the 6 of Hunsaker? Oh. Doesn't look like it. But right now, Robert Reynolds is up to 2nd. Just a 1.5 seconds back right now, and he is half a second in front of Matthew Hunsaker. Jordan McGraw down to 4th with Eliza Bethel in 5th still. Ooh, it looks like Reynolds almost had a taste of the wall there. Sturgill on the outside of Bob Berry, making a nice run there. Can he clear him down the front? He should be able to. Yep. Huge run out of 4 there. McGraw trying to get around the number 6 car again. Eliza loose there out of 2. said that I feel like I've said that a ton. Everyone's loose right now. And caution has came out for the second time tonight here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. A little past halfway, about 10 laps. We got about 30 to go. So we're going to go ahead and talk with John Honeycutt here in just a moment. See what he's doing to really get around these cars. So let's go ahead and grab John Honeycutt here. Hey John, this is Sean up in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do.
Alright, well currently you're race leader. And I mean, how do you know when to change lanes? Because we've seen you run the middle, the bottom, and the top at all different times during the race. So what's the strategy?
Really, I'm just kind of searching. I really don't know what's good for the truck, so I'm just kind of trying to figure that out as I go, to be honest with you. So,
Well, yeah, it looks like one car has stayed out, so you'll be restarting. I don't know if you'll be able to negotiate with them here, but your number 70 Chevy Silverado's fast tonight, so we've seen your teammates have probably been your biggest competitor here along with Hunsaker, so what are you going to try to do to keep those trucks behind you?
I'm definitely going to try to work with my teammates, especially on these restarts, and then from there, we'll probably just try to do the best we can to work together, up until, you know, the final few laps, and then you'll see us kind of racing it hard. But right now, we're probably just going to do our best to work together and kind of pull away like we did, and go from there.
Speaking of pull away, before that caution came out, you had a huge 2.5 second lead. So did you just take it easy on the tires those first few laps there on the restart and just gun it from there?
I did do some tire saving a little bit here and there, and but I think mostly because Jordan, he didn't take enough fuel. He burned up his tires as he got to the front, and then once I passed him, it was him either clogging up the third and fourth place drivers, and then, you know, of course they're getting loose in the corners with them racing side by side. I think that really allowed me to pull away. So I think mostly it was just them versus me just driving away.
Alright, well good luck on this restart here. You'll be guessing you're going to go with the outside lane again.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So why do you like the outside lane so much? Do you think you can just get a good run there and you like it, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think, I mean, the bottom lane is really good as well, going into turn 1 and 2, especially on fresh tires. But if I could stick with that inside lane, or if I can get a good jump, I can get a pretty good run off turn 2 and gain a lot of speed down the straightaway. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to.
Alright, well good luck on this restart here, man. Hopefully you have a good run, and hopefully you can make these last 30 laps or so worth it.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy the show.
Alright. I feel like there's something I forgot to do. Was there? Don't think there was. I don't know. It'll come back to me here in 20 years. We only have no, not 20, 25 laps left. Yeah, 27 laps to go. I can't do math. So when it says lap 56, it'll pop up with the good old 26 to go. Well, lap 55 will say that. Actually, no, it should say it this time. Bye. Yeah. But needless to say, we're going green. This time by Honeycutt up top, McGraw on the bottom. Jordan looking to get his first career win. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. The truckers are racing again. And it looks like a little bit of wheel spin for the number 30. Eliza up to second now for the first time tonight. It looks like she may lose it fairly quickly to teammate Jordan McGraw. Maybe not. Eliza has been dealing with a loose truck all night long. We've seen her really get that back end out all night long, along with multiple other truckers. So right now, Team Frozen front row seats to the front of the race. Top three, 1, 2, 3. And then there's Matthew Hunsaker trying to find a hole to dig into, get around those two. Can he get there though? I don't know if he'll have much in him on this start here, but long run, we've seen him have some great long run speed. 25 to go right now at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Honeycutt with the lead. Anderson trying to get around Brian Huntley Jr. to get into 8th position. Hunsaker up to 3rd. And Hunsaker up to 2nd. Still running the bottom. All the way down to the bottom of the track that time. Christoph Hall to the top 5 now. Eric Schaefer had a great pit stop. He's up to 6th. That's pretty good. Eliza back into 2nd now. Hunsaker applying more pressure. Honeycutt leads him out of turn 4. No one able to get a good run here. Hunsaker, jeez, I can't say his name. Maybe able to get to the outside here. Not quite able to get there. As Cody Sturgill and Sammy Harrell are both on the struggle bus tonight. So right now, we'll be on the outside looking in. Going into next week at Richmond. Burrell not having a great night at all for that number 43 team. Sturgill should have a few playoff points to use to his advantage. So hopefully that can maybe help him a bit from this pretty bad race. And actually, no, he doesn't have any playoff points. Never mind. Hopefully those two cars can work their way back up. As Jordan McGraw to the bottom of the track, trying to get around the 6th truck. And here comes Christoph Hall with a truck on fire right now. He's running about a 10th faster than your race leaders. Let's see what he can do towards the end of this one. McGraw side by side with Hunsaker on the bottom. Hunsaker up on the top of the track, right sides on that top seam. Eliza applying pressure to her teammate John Honeycutt in this 70. And that lap, Christoph Hall was yet again a 10th faster. And now Hall is up to 4th. What is he going to try to do to get around the 6th of Matthew Hunsaker? Christoph, one of the Team 43 drivers. Could he be the first driver to get into the top 3 here? Pretty sure Christoph has a few wins this season. negative. I feel like I saw his name somewhere in the wins list, so I'll have to check again what series that was in. As Hunsaker to the inside of Eliza. Kristoff is going to continue to work that outside. And if he does, he may be able to get up to third. Maybe even to second. As Hall with the bottom of the track. Crossover move. Jordan, will he go with him? No, he won't. And Hall up to third. With only one more truck standing between him and John Honeycutt, your race leader. Kristoff Hall trying to get his first career win. Honeycutt trying to go back to back. And Matthew Hunsaker trying to go for win number 4 in the WPRL Truck Series. Honeycutt got the win last week at Knoxville Raceway. Can he get number 2 tonight? We'll see. He's had the fastest car as he brings us to 15 to go. Hunsaker trying to reel him in. Hunsaker also has not really had the greatest luck when it comes to Hall, Kristoff Hall, up into the outside wall, losing all the ground he made up. Oh man, like I was just about to say, Matthew Hunsaker just hasn't had any good luck when it comes down to the second half of the race, but this time around, he's able to keep it inside the top 3 and not get involved in an incident and crash. .4 of a second separate Hunsaker and your race leader right now. Meanwhile, 400 separate Bob Berry and Justin Stevies for 10th. Looks like Berry is going to be able to keep it for now. As Eliza Bethel, Eric Schaefer fighting for 4th. Oh man, this race is going to be good. McGraw's still trying to get around. That number 6 car. Just not having any good speed on the bottom. John Honeycutt, 0.6 of a second lead for him. Coming to 11 to go this time. Back here, Justin Stevies back with Bob Berry. Told you he would get back to him. Jeffrey Ramsell not having a good second half of his race. Running to the top 5, but right now he's down in the back. Down towards the back, running 8th right now. Which still isn't bad. But here comes Patrick Anderson to his outside. Good run for Patrick. 0.4 of a second lead now. Hunsaker and McGraw are reeling him in. Multiple tenths per lap. 0.2 now. 1/4 of a second. McGraw and Honeycutt, the only 2 trucks running the bottom for now. Hunsaker trying to reel him in more. He just has so much pressure from that 30 car. Whoa! Hunsaker's loose. He's got the run still. To the inside he goes. With only 9 laps to go. Hunsaker takes the race lead. Oh, he's still loose. And McGraw gets it out of 4. Jordan McGraw now to the race lead. Trying to get his first career win. He has not yet won in the Wolfpack Racing League Truck Series. Half a second lead right now for Jordan McGraw with 8 to go. Coming to 7 to go this time. We heard from his teammate he didn't take enough fuel early in the race. He was really pushing it. And if that first caution wouldn't have came out, McGraw would not be in a good position to win this one. Coming to 6 to go. Honeycutt, Hunsaker, Bethel all running the top. Trying to reel in the number 30. Half a second between the 4. Back here for second. Hunsaker up top, Honeycutt on the bottom. And Hunsaker, good run out of 4. He's going to be able to clear him. 6 to go. Coming to 5 to go this time. It looks like the 70 is trying to get anything he can out of the corner. Hunsaker starting to blink a lot, which is not good. 7/10 of a second lead. 8/10 now. 5 laps to go here in Atlanta. Jordan McGraw is in a good spot right now with a huge lead. And Honeycutt trying to get around him still. Oh, contact. Honeycutt got a little loose and got up into the 6 truck. That pretty much just ended Matthew Hunsaker's day as Eliza Bethel jumps up to 3rd. Team Frozen trying to get a 1-2-3 finish. McGraw with a 1-second lead over John Honeycutt in 2nd. Bethel able to hold on to the number 6. Or hold on to the 3rd spot. Less than a 10th between Bethel and Honeycutt. I'm starting to wonder if Honeycutt may have burned his tires up trying to get around the 6 truck of Hunsaker. 3 to go. Does McGraw have enough fuel? I don't know what the fuel is looking like right now for everyone. Here it comes out of turn number 4. 2 to go for the first round of the playoffs. With the win, McGraw would be locked into the playoffs. The second round of the playoffs, that is. Round of 12. And he has a second and a half lead right now. Meanwhile, Eliza Bethel still trying to get around John Honeycutt, sorry. And here comes the 30 of Jordan McGraw out of turn 4, who's going to bring us to the white flag. One more lap to go, brought to you by iRacing. Jordan McGraw has not yet won in the WPRL Truck Series. He currently stands tied for 7th in the standings. He hasn't had the greatest season, but he was able to make the playoffs, so that's something. Down the backstretch for the final time out of turn 4. Jordan McGraw wins at Atlanta. I was trying to pull up his recent stats. There he is. McGraw, 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 1 pole award. He's led 38 laps so far this season, and he is now an official WPRL winner. Jordan McGraw gets it done. Oh man. Good race for McGraw. Led 18 of 80 laps. Honeycutt led 56. Hunsaker led 6. And we only had 3 different leaders that whole entire race. 4 lead changes, 8 caution laps, and only 2 cautions. And Robert Reynolds had the fastest lap of a 31.865. So let's see who's in the... Oh. All right, let's go ahead. Talk with third place finisher. I just want to make sure this is right. Okay. Third place finisher, John Honeycutt. Oh, trying to drag him. It won't let me. There we go. Hey, John. Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. What's going on?
Nothing much, but came home third here tonight at Atlanta. Do you think you could have gotten a little bit better?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I think I just burned them up, and Jordan and Eliza, they were saving up on their tires. They allowed the 6 car and whoever else was back there to pass them and let them go and let them burn themselves up. And I just slipped up. I was pushing a little too hard, and I should have backed off a little bit. But we had a dominant truck, and thanks to Jordan and Eliza, they really helped out and they kept me up there. So really proud of those guys. Us 1, 2, 3 finish. So it was awesome.
Well, you led 56 of 80 laps here tonight, and it seems like you picked up right where you left off last week at Knoxville.
Yeah, I sure did. But we'll see. We'll probably take this momentum, and hopefully we can, as a team, we can carry on to next week and get deep into the playoffs.
Well, this win, or I'm sorry, your teammate's win will lock himself into the next round of the playoffs. So, what are you going to try to do to lock yourself in? Are you going to try to get a win next week at Richmond?
That's the plan. Hopefully, at least either myself or Eliza, one of us gets locked in. That'll be good for the team. So, but yeah, definitely gonna try to at least get another win here.
Is Richmond one of your favorite tracks, or do you think you're gonna maybe struggle a little bit?
Uh, I'm still kind of new to iRacing. I've only been it for almost a year. Ran there a couple times in Cup. I don't think I've ever ran there in trucks, so it's definitely going to be a learning curve for me.
Well, Richmond's a fun track. I haven't raced there myself, but it should be fun. So we are heading to Richmond next week. So what are your expectations? Do you think we're gonna see a handful of cautions like we did at North Wilkesboro in the Xfinity and Cup races? I don't know if you watched those, but
Um, I have no idea. I've been surprised before. We were we ran at Bristol where I won there, and we were expecting just a bunch of cautions, and I think we ran one caution that whole race. So this league can surprise you with zero cautions. So it all depends. So hopefully it'll be a good race.
all right. Well, are there any shout outs you'd like to give out to anyone here?
Just shout out to the winner, Jordan McGraw. He did an amazing job, and Eliza for hanging in there and taking the second place away from me, and FTR and everybody on her channel, and that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Well, good luck next week at Richmond.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. All right, let's talk to runner-up Eliza. Hey, Eliza, Sean up in the booth. You got a copy?
I have a copy. How are ya?
Doing good, and you had a pretty good race as well. Inside the top five pretty much the whole entire night. And your team got a 1-2-3 finish. So, I mean, how do you feel about that?
I mean, that's really awesome. Jordan with the win, Honeycutt getting third, and me bringing home second. It was just a night of trying to keep it straight and trying to save those tires. It was kind of crazy out there. Very, very loose. Probably the loosest truck I've ever driven. So, good night for the team. So, really proud of everyone and how we ran. And it was a blast out there. Everyone did a really great job.
Yeah, we saw you a few times getting loose at a turn too, but you were able to keep it under you every single time. So, it's Atlanta. Were you expecting to get this finish, or were you expecting to do a little better or worse?
I'll be honest. I was expecting to do a little bit worse. I have never been to Atlanta. So when I got out here and saw how loose it was, I'm like, oh boy, we might be in a little bit of trouble tonight. But, a lot of practice and just making sure you're on top of the wheel and take it easy on the tires. So we were able to keep it straight and just keep it moving and brought home a really solid second.
Well, you were able to get around your teammate John Honeycutt there on the last lap to get into that runner-up spot. So how'd you make that pass complete and clear him?
Well, he was like, I'm getting super loose and I'm going to stay on the high side. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to send it on the bottom and sent it and hope it stuck, and it did. And I looked behind and he was right there. I'm like, I don't know how I made that happen, but let's go.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the replay now, he was like right against the wall. And when you saw like those, I can't remember that, Hunsaker, Honeycutt, and McGraw all pretty much get together there, what were you thinking when that happened?
Man, there was so many times where all of us were literally slideways. So I was just hoping when they got into each other, first of all, don't die, because I don't want to die with you. And second of all, let's just try to all, like, I kept yelling, save it, guys, save it. And they did a great job. We kept moving, but I was able to take advantage of it. So we passed Hunsaker, which was so strong the entire night. So feel bad for him, but man, he had a great run up until that point. And fortunately for me, I was able to take advantage of it.
Next week, we head to Richmond for the second race of the first round of the playoffs. So with playoffs on the line, what do you think we'll see some trading paint there?
I think so. I mean, it's Richmond, so it's bound to happen. I think it'll be a fun race. So we'll see what happens here, but if we can bring out another top five, hopefully another win. Looking for my second one, so we'll see what happens. But it's a good schedule that they have for the playoffs, so it should be really cool.
All right. Well, congratulations on the second place finish once again. Are there any shout outs you'd like to give out to anyone?
Just shout out to the league for letting me in here and race everyone each week, and to Brian for his family. I feel really bad with his aunt and everything, so prayers go out to him, and for you for broadcasting. Usually I'm broadcasting, so it's cool to be in the driver's seat, and I appreciate what you do here, so thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a good week. See you next week at Richmond.
Take it easy.
All right, let's go ahead and get Jordan McRaw up in here. Jordan, Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
First career win is in the books, dude. How do you feel after that one?
Very excited, very relieved. That was a fun one. Just happy we were able to put the truck with a good finish, start off the playoffs, and obviously to win is just that's the best finish you could get to start off the playoffs. So really happy with that, and yeah, that was a long race. It was a grueling race. It was tough conditions, tough track, but to come home the winner is really exciting.
Well, with this win, it'll lock you into the second round of the playoffs. So there's only two tougher tracks there in the second round. We got Darlington and Gateway. So with the second round coming up, you're locked in. So what are you going to try to do throughout the last few races of this first round?
I'm just gonna race and have fun and just drive hard and not really gonna approach it any differently. The goal is always to win and to finish as well as you can. So that's the mindset going in anyway. We're just gonna try to try to finish as high as we can. Try to take care of our stuff, be there at the end, and get some wins.
Well, with this win, it'll also give you some extra playoff points going into the second round, so that's always good. Next week, we head to Richmond Raceway for the second race of the first round. So, what's your plan of attack there? Are you going to try to get another win, or are you kind of expecting to have a little bit of a poopy race from everyone?
Well, short flat tracks seem to be my weakness in stock cars over here on iRacing. So that's going to be a good learning experience, really, more than anything. Just going to go in there and try to be clean and try to learn and try to improve and get better. That's the main goal. But yeah, just to try to finish as well as we can. I don't expect to win that when there's some really good short track drivers in this field. So just gonna try to have some fun and learn.
Well, we saw, I think, if I was told correctly, Martinsville. There was only one, or no, Bristol, was it, that only had one caution? One of the two short tracks only had one caution, surprisingly, and everyone was surprised by that, so we never know what will happen next week at Richmond. So, with this win, congratulations on your first win yes again. So, do you think you played your cards at the right time?
Yeah, that was it was a tough one. Started off the race KOing the wall, and then that kind of set us back a little bit, put us in the field. And that second run, we restarted eighth and tried to experiment a little. Everyone was incredibly loose, especially as the run went along. So I started experimenting with fuel loads and didn't put a fuel load in there. And it was really good starting off. And I jetted through the field, and then immediately the tires started getting angry at me, and I kind of fell back a couple of spots again. But then kind of learned my lesson, how I needed to approach the race, and that for that third run, and just kind of figured out, I needed to be easy on the tires. So worked my way into third, was there behind the 6 and the 50, and kind of felt like the 6 was capable of running down the 50, and I didn't really want to race him too hard because that would just slow us down. So I was just kind of hoping he would start making some progress forward, and if he started falling back, then yeah, I need to change my plan and attack. But luckily, the 50 ended up having a pretty big slip, and then that kind of caused a little chaos. The 6 dove it into 3, and he had a big slip, and I just hit the gas and was able to. It stuck and was able to clear him, and then from that point, it was just try to get as much gap as I could while those two and the 71 were all duking it out for position. was able to get clear enough and had enough tire, and the truck actually felt really good. A couple of slips here and there, but otherwise the truck felt really good, and just kind of made a plan, and the plan fell into place, and it was really nice. That felt a nice change of fortune for me, so that was pretty cool.
It was definitely a competitive battle up front all night long between you three, so... Oh man, a little birdie told me that you almost didn't get enough gas on that first pit stop there. What happened?
Get enough gas. I put a little less fuel in. I had
Okay.
plenty. We were getting the way it was working out. A fuel tank. It was about 8 gallons would get you about 20 laps. So I got enough to split that stage in half, and that was when I made that run through the field and burned the tires and whatnot. And then we just took barely any for that final stop, just enough to get us to the end, and ended up working.
Alright, well, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give out to anyone for your first win here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to thank my Club Shake and Bake teammates, old Eliza Bethel and John Honeycutt. We raced really hard. We worked pretty well together when we needed to, but for the most part, we had to race each other hard and kind of take care of each other because we were all really slipping and sliding around. And yeah, that's about it, I guess. Thanks to all the fans out there, everyone who tuned in to watch this thing and is still listening to me drone on. I appreciate it, and hopefully we can go get a couple more wins before the season's out and put ourselves in a position to win this championship.
Alright, buddy, well, good luck next week at Richmond.
Thank you very much.
Alright, well, that will conclude it. Well, that will conclude tonight's broadcast here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, brought to you live by the Virtual Racing Network. We wish you all a good night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.